Okay, so we're going to talk about what a system is. So this is an introductory into the unit we're going to get into. So a system is two equations, and when solving a system, what we have to do is we have to find an x and a y that work in both equations. Okay, these are both linear equations. So if I were to graph these, I would get lines. Most of us should recognize that these are in slope-intercept form. So basically what I need is an x and a y that I know will work in both equations. And so what you're going to learn in this unit is how we can find that. This particular answer, if I solve this, the x value that works is 5 and the y value is 16. Okay, I'm going to teach you throughout the unit how we come to that answer. There are actually 3 ways that you are going to learn, and the first way is through graphing. Okay, so what I can do is I can actually graph these 2 lines on a coordinate plane, and after I do, I will see that those 2 lines will cross at the coordinate point 5, 16. So, you might have one going like this and one going like that. So what's going to happen is those points are actually going to cross at that coordinate point, which makes sense because this is an x and this is a y, and that's going to be the only x and y that are on both lines, which means it's the only x and y that are going to work in both equations. So that coordinate point is on both lines, so it works in both equations. You can also solve it algebraically. Okay, so we're going to solve it algebraically, where we're actually going to solve the equations. And there's 2 methods we're going to learn. One is called substitution, and the other is elimination. So basically we will solve and we will solve and find that x is 5, and then we will solve, once we have x, we'll plug in and solve for y and find that it is 16. I'm going to plug those in to show you that if y is 16, and x is 5, 3 times 5 is 15 plus 1 is 16. So it works in my top equation, and then if I plug it into my bottom equation, 4 times 5 is 20, 20 minus 4 is 16. So 5 and 16 work in both equations, and that's the only one that's going to work. So throughout this unit, you're going to find out how do we solve to find that x and y that work in this system.